From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check safety. Look at me. Go.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Tighten up. Protein spill.
2nd and 4. He rifles one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
20. Mike 5-4. All day, just like that. Just like that.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, alert!
Now Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A huge play there for Denver. 57 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have taken the lead. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with a touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage, probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Slam, slam, slam! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Hey, Haywood! Undercrush! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Cut!
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Mayfield. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, his 6th touchdown of the season. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 28-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Check nine.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going for the deep ball. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
All day, every day.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. A gain there of 21 yards. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. This is the tight end, Njoku. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now throwing. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. And this is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A pretty big opening there on 1st down. 8 yards up to the 33. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Come on,
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Check nickel.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They'll drop the throw. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Browns' drive about to get started. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
King! Right here.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Regular.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Out. Watch the move. Safety's creeping. Line 50.
Now back to throw. And he'll find Hall. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Get out the field, defense. Kill. Recon, 132 fighter. Bam. Ready.
2nd and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Chubb running right. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 53 yards. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
2nd and 13. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
Check. Fresno. 80 weapon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Browns drive about to get started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half.
It's caught inside the 25. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Mayfield down. And the pressure gets to him again. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Hey, my 7. My 54.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And oh no, they spike it here. That was 4th down. So they spike it on 4th down, and they will lose the football. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Right there, 54.
Throwing, Mayfield. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check it back, check it back. Up, run. Whip. 61, Matchbox Lights.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now they try the right side here. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 40-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And to give this time to the tailback. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on third down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Mayfield on 4th down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Not only is a slant route really difficult to cover, it's a real staple play for an offense on a 4th down because it's a quick-hitting play. Get the ball in the hands of the quarterback right to the receiver.
And the receiver has to be ready because that thing's coming on a rope. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice and ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
Hey, lock it.
2nd and 14. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Well, he's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, and this Browns defense stands tall. Well, the D brought the house, they called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play? Or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they give the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now Chubb. Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Browns on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Now Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better. And now look at him go. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are able to cut into that lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. That last effort is noteworthy because he just passed Tony Dorsett on the all-time rushing list. Dorsett had 12,739.
Well, rather fitting because Tony Dorsett, one of his nicknames, the Hawk. And this guy just flew right past him.
Here's Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They go play action. Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Working out of the gun. Mayfield's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, 4th quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Antonio Callaway with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Broncos get a bit closer. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Mayfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 40. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, 39 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a three-point game. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out?
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for a nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They run. Chubb. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 10 and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Chubb. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Let's go.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check. Alert, 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 alert.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
It's just me and you.
They had to go for it with